I've allowed my pipe to die again. That's better, that's better. Cool. So what we'll be doing is we'll be jumping over. We've got Salty waiting in the curtains. So let's cut over and say hi. Salty, are you there?
Hey, Carl. Yeah, I'm here.
How's it going, man?
Like, and yourself?
I'm alright, thank you. I'm alright. So I hope everybody can hear you nice and clearly. Like myself, you are also a PokeTuber. I see there's some more subbing happening here. Jared Ozzy just subscribed. Thanks, Jared. Like myself, you are a content creator here in South Africa. But before I go over to the content creating side of things, I thought maybe it might be a cool opportunity for you to just tell people a little bit about yourself. What hobbies are you into? Where did you get started, and so forth?
So, I think that's a broad question. I guess my first or my major hobby is TCGs. The first time I actually had like Pokemon was as a kid, like getting a few packs. It was sort of like a tradition that my grandparents took me to get a pack of basic Pokemon. Unfortunately, with the test of time, those cards got lost and or given away. I'm thinking it was the latter.
Tends to happen.
Then I basically fell into the hobby of like computer gaming and so on. And then when I started working, a buddy of mine actually gave me a Planeswalker deck for Magic the Gathering.
Okay.
And that sort of brought me back into like the TCG space. Then I started going to my local game store for Magic events, and then I was like, oh cool, Pokemon's still a thing.
I'll prod you during your explanation here. So what local game store do you play at?
AI Fest in Joburg South. So I've since I started playing, I guess more competitively, that became my game store.
Okay, nice. And what's your favorite color in Magic?
For the people out there who know Magic, I'm a blue player, so
So you don't have any friends, basically.
I we have a close-knit community of blue players.
Oh, okay.
It's a brotherhood.
I see Jared asked you in the chat, how's your Digimon going? Do you play Digimon too?
I can play it. My deck's a bit out of date, and I built the deck basically based on my favorite Digimon, so Wargreymon.
Okay, Wargreymon, nice.
There's I guess a bit of a Digimon community also at AI Fest. So it was fun. It was actually Yu-Gi-Oh players that got tired of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yes, I heard. The rumor says there's quite a following for Digimon at Sword and Board. And I heard from one of the players that like they've had so many Yu-Gi-Oh players move over to Digimon as well.
Yeah, I think it's just I guess a cheaper game than Yu-Gi-Oh, and Yu-Gi-Oh's like power creep is horrible. Like you can't just play with like a deck you had 2 years ago.
Like how so is it cheaper than Yu-Gi-Oh? Is it just like the availability of the cards, or
card prices in general? So it's I would say it's not like Yu-Gi-Oh, essentially short print cards or like the good cards in sets.
Okay.
So it drives the price up.
Okay, cool. And then your journey back into Pokemon. I know you from what I see, you're pretty recent into Pokemon. So how did that all get started? How did you get back into Pokemon?
So when I essentially started Magic, I saw Pokemon products on the shelves. I think it was that time those XY battle decks for Charizard ones. I think it was those ones, like the Charizard and Blastoise.
Oh, I think it was in Team Up, right? Was it then?
It was the League battle decks that I saw on the shelves.
Okay.
Then I was like, cool, just playing Magic. Then when they released the team up decks, the ones you're actually referring to, then I was like, oh, cool, a Charizard deck must be great.
Nice.
And I bought like a deck. Didn't play much. Started slowly learning playing. And then just bought like a few products in between, mainly Charizard products. I know some people don't love Charizard. Most people do.
Yeah, I'm not one of them. I quite
Yeah.
hate him.
And then I guess more around lockdown time, that's when I like put more focus into Pokemon again. Also again due to Charizard when Darkness Ablaze came out.
Yeah, the GX, yeah. No, sorry, the VMAX.
The
VMAX,
VMAX,
sorry.
yes.
VMAX, yes.
And yeah, then I think found like no, it's a much more relaxing game than I would say Magic gets.
Yeah.
Magic gets stressful, so I think it's nice to play, and I think as a hobby it's a much more relaxing hobby than Magic. You always need to fine tune your deck, make sure everything is perfect. You can't I guess your meta is much more fixed.
For sure. And with regards to your format of choice in Magic, is there one you play in particular?
Modern and Commander.
Nice. I play Commander exclusively. I hope to be doing some Commander gameplay on the channel soon. You have a favorite, or do you have a current deck that's your favorite deck at the moment in Modern and Commander?
So Modern is 4-color elementals.
Ooh, Omnath, nice.
Yeah, Omnath's my boy.
I have a Jelly Bean Commander deck, so yeah.
I've had two different Omnath decks. I had Vatima, one for
Royal, yeah.
Locus of a Royal for Commander. That thing just went off like in one turn. You just have like half your deck out.
Yeah, I think it was Risen Reef that made that deck so strong as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I actually also played the deck in Standard when it was a thing. There was like Elemental deck in Standard for a while around Core 19. And then my favorite like command deck at the moment is the 4-color Omnath.
Nice. I see a lot of people saying in the chat it's Greek to them. Don't worry. We'll be getting into Magic a little bit later in the channel, but for now, we'll like the whole idea is Pokemon. But of course, I know first and foremost you are a Magic player, so I thought I'd give that a little bit of a spotlight. With regards to Pokemon at like your LGS at AI Fest, is there like a good Pokemon following there? Like, do people come and play?
I think not at the moment. With I think before COVID there was still like league play and stuff. After that we haven't had that many events, mostly pre-releases, and a few odd events in between.
Okay.
I think also like a lot of people want to have their play points and stuff, and I know that's a whole different debate at the moment.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get into that.
Yes.
It is definitely on my agenda to speak about it. But yeah, I know that has been a big factor for a lot of people getting into the game, like the fact that like organized play is on hold for South Africa. Luke, thanks for following. Yeah, it's a bit of a pain point for all the Pokemon players for sure. I mean, I've been trying to keep things alive by keeping things casual and obviously running the PTCGO events to try and keep the competitive spirit alive. Big thanks to Unplug Yourself for sponsoring those events, but I do know that for a lot of people it has been a bit of a touchy subject. So for sure, Salt King 28, thanks for following. Yeah, it's been crazy. It's been nuts. I see Bianca's asking in the chat here, when is the next event in Johannesburg South? I'm assuming she's from your area. I don't know, is there any chats with AI Fest with regards to any events?
I can chat to their staff. I'm actually registered to be able to run leagues at their venue. So yeah, I can if there's interest, I can definitely chat to them.
Nice, nice. So, yeah, so obviously, speaking about TCGs and hobbies and stuff, thanks for cheering, Chosen Guan. Thank you very much, man. There's a. So, going into YouTube now, obviously, you started YouTube a little bit after me. Do you maybe want to give everybody a rundown about your decision getting into YouTube and why you decided to start up a channel?
So, yeah, I think for me it was the first thing, like, if I thought about doing a channel, I was like, it has to be gaming focused. So I started with a bit of Call of Duty because, lockdown, that's all we essentially did, is play Call of Duty.
Warzone.
Yes, Warzone for days. That then I was like, nah, I think especially with like PC games and stuff, if you're not like a top 1 percentile player, you essentially worthless on like a from a social media perspective. And then it was like, like I'm enjoying this whole thing of like creating content and stuff. Why don't I focus on the hobbies I do enjoy? And I think also it gave, when I started, was, we couldn't really play in person and stuff, and it at least gave me the opportunity to focus on like Pokemon and Magic. I think actually the first video listed on my channel is a Magic video.
I think it was a Magic video, right?
It was a Core 2020 collector's box. Those were good boxes.
Yeah, I think you got the Ugin in there, right?
I got 2 Ugins in one box.
Woo, ish. No, that's a nice box. Oh, the extended art.
Yes.
Nice, very nice. So Pokemon, like, so you say you started with Magic, you moved over to Pokemon. Was that just because you were like interested in getting into it, or was there any thought behind going into Pokemon?
Yeah, I think for me, there was definitely interest even before, like, or when I saw it was a thing again. So when I saw like it from a Magic player side, like, and I saw it was still available, it definitely piqued my interest, because I think a lot of us have that like nostalgia attached to Pokemon.
Yeah.
And then I slowly like just got back into it, and I think with the hype and stuff within 2020 around Pokemon, it just accelerated that whole love for the hobby, or like built on top of it.
Yeah, I mean, there was definite, like, for me, I think it was just before lockdown. I was opening so much product already. So it was like a no-brainer for me to just do it on the channel. I mean, it's like, I thought about, so I had my channel ages ago, which I was just doing like commentary over local league cups and stuff. Like, it was just like more like purely gameplay. And then I just thought, why not put a camera on this not so pretty face and see if people like it. And I think I started off with like a Darkness Ablaze pre-release like case. I bought a case and I just went buck wild with a case of pre-release, because I mean Charizard was in there, right? It was one of the promos. So no, that was Vivid Voltage. No, I was chasing a Charizard VMAX. I think that was like the whole idea.
Yeah. Actually, I think my first opening of Pokemon was also a Darkness Ablaze. So hunting that Charizard.
It's I mean, I'm a Blastoise lover, but Charizard brings in the bucks, right? So
yeah. That's the sad part. I did pull the Charizard VMAX off camera. And that's not the not the first time it's happened to me.
I was gonna say, like, how often do you open up packs by yourself and you wish like you could have opened it on camera?
Yeah, with Champions Path, open the Rainbow Charizard like off camera. I'm like,
oh man, that's the worst. That's the worst. Like, I mean, it's gutting. Like, Like, you know, I obviously, like, with like my daughter being into Pokemon to an extent, my girlfriend is a Magic player, but she just loves opening packs. Like, you know, that rush, that cardboard crack rush. And she was like, she also wants to open up packs. So I keep some stuff to open inside, like with everybody else. And lo and behold, they always pull like the fire of fire stuff. And I was like, why? Like, I split the product up. And why couldn't the split be the other way? But I guess it's nice for them to actually open up something good every now and again too. So I can't really complain too much. I see Chosen saying, but Kahuna, you've pulled some serious good stuff on cam though. That brilliant star box though. When I opened up and I did booster box bingo, and I don't know if you watched that stream at all, Salty, but I pulled that alt art Zard. I pulled the trainer art VMAX for Umbreon. I think like 3 packs in a row. Like I lost my mind. Like I just felt like ending the stream. Like I didn't even want to continue. I was like, in any other, like if I had bought a box, like if it was to like flip a box, I pulled the Zard. Like I would have stopped. I would have immediately stopped. Like just kept the packs aside. Like sold the Zard, recoup my money. But of course it's stream, so you got to continue, right?
Yes.
But it's
Yeah. I saw a bit of that stream. Like, your Brilliant Stars didn't treat me like that.
After that, my Brilliant Stars was pretty bad. I just full disclaimer. But I mean, like, how bad does it feel when you're opening up product and you pull nonsense?
Now that's terrible, but you know, it's luck of a draw, I guess. We can't complain because I guess we have no guarantees, right?
Yeah, it's a lucky package.
It's definitely feel bad, but when you do hit big, you also like extremely excited, and I think that feeds into when you don't hit big, feeling bad.
It's not a good feeling. Like let's just like say it like it is. It's a horrible feeling. Jared is talking about the character art Arcanine being only 50 rand. Like, you know, like you got to appreciate people who collect specific cards. Like I've always been a advocate of the fact that you can't be a collector and a player. It's very difficult to be both because your wants and needs are completely different. In fact, most of the time contradicting. Like the collectible cards are 9 times out of 10 not playable cards. And the playable cards increase in price because of the fact that they are playable. You need a play set, so you kind of have to choose. Like, do you collect as well? Like, are you a collector?
So I've had to reassess all my priorities with like how I like buy cards. So obviously, I think you know, being in multiple TCGs, that gets quite expensive, right?
It does.
So for me, like at the moment, it's like, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate from people for this. Magic, modern first priority on card list.
I would never say that I buy more Commander cards than I do Pokemon on stream, but you brave.
Commander, I wouldn't say second priority. Luckily, being in like that hobby a long time, I usually just have cards to throw together whatever I'm building. Then I would say priority number 2 is basically building decks for Pokemon. Like for me, I'd rather first want to be able to play with a card before having it in a binder. And then lastly, like I do collect only very specific sets.
Okay, so like what are you collecting Pokemon wise?
So mainly special sets. So I still need to finish Celebrations.
Did you pull a Charizard?
No, I pulled at least the Golden Mew.
Okay,
so
cool.
That's good.
I think that was my saddest off-stream pull. Like I don't know if Vish is in chat. He normally is, but if Vish is here, like this is for you, Vish. So Vish, who's been a long-time patron, long-time friend, and just the supporter of the channel, he always told me that whenever I get a new cut, like a fresh haircut, like he said, when the fade is in, I get good pulls. So I got a haircut the one day, and I was just chatting to him on WhatsApp casually, and he's like, I told him I got a haircut, and he's like, you got to open something. So I think I had it was like a V Union box. I think it was the Pikachu V Union that had celebrations in it, I think.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was that.
And I opened that and I pulled the golden Mew like off stream, and I was like, oh, why didn't I record this? Like, I didn't even open that product on my channel. Like, I was so upset with myself that I didn't do that on stream. I got all the way up until only needing the Charizard on celebrations, and then I sold it all because I was like, there's no ways I'm not opening up anymore. It's the end of the road for celebrations. But I was one away. Scar Party's in the chat now. Stefan, he took over the collection, and if I'm not mistaken, I think he finished it, so all power to him. But yeah, so you only collect like the half sets, the 0.5 sets?
Yes, and then only specific cards from, I guess, normal base sets, or core sets, like also ones that hurt my wallet, Mew.
Ooh.
But
I
yeah,
collect Blastoise. It's not exactly easy on the pocket either.
it gets a bit of a problem when you also want Charizard in your collection as well, right?
Yeah, I don't have that problem. I don't have the Charizard problem at all. I'm not about that life. I'm sorry. I can't. That's probably the reason why I hate him, is because he's so expensive.
It is a demotivating factor in collecting him, right? I don't know. I like, for me, all three of the starters, the OG starters, have equal nostalgia value, but for some reason people put Charizard on a pedestal compared to the others.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Ash's Charizard was like the boss, right? Like, when Ash's Charizard came on the series, it was like a momentous occasion. Like, Charizard is back, and he's just gonna like sweep the floor, and Charizard is everything, right? So I mean, yeah, I loved Gary and his Blastoise. Like, out of all my friends, I was the only one who actually liked Gary. Like, nobody liked Gary, because Gary was like this douchebag, like, you know. And I mean, I didn't necessarily like his personality, but I loved his Pokemon selection. Like, like he had all the things that Ash didn't have, right? So I mean, I like that side of it.
Well, you think about it, Gary was motivated. Ash was just falling around, like trying to be the best.
Yeah, let's be honest. Plot armor helped Ash a lot, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy. I see people in the Brendan in the chat's like, we need Ash's Charizard. Can you imagine how much that card would cost if they made an Ash's Charizard?
I'm not even looking at special delivery Charizard, because I'm like,
I got one.
oh shucks, okay.
I got one. It's going to be here soon. My buddy just happened to be in UK. Shout out to Curtis. I know you're watching. Yeah, so I like got his address and I got the Charizard to him, and he comes back home soon, so I'll have that Charizard in my possession, of which I will bring it on stream and burn it. No, I'm kidding. I will not burn it. I'm not that crazy. But yeah, I'm sure a lot of people will hate me. Yeah, Jared saying a giveaway. No, I wouldn't say. I don't think I'd give it away. I think it's a little bit expensive to give away, but maybe I'll work something out. But yeah, that's quite cool. So yeah, let's talk about YouTube and your whole like your rise on your channel. Like, you know, you are climbing in subscribers. If I haven't made it obvious already, like, I respect you as a YouTuber and what you are doing. So like, tell me a bit about your thought process when making content. Like what's it like? We are both solo pop content creators, but like, where does your thought process go in when you're deciding on content to create?
So I think something that especially, like, I guess tore me apart when I started is how to balance stuff like actually opening packs or like, I guess more collector driven content versus player driven content, right?
Yeah.
And I think like personally for me, like I always say with any game, I'm a player first before I'm a collector.
Okay. Like
And
myself.
yes, and I thought like sort of that's where I want my channel to focus on, and also like sort of how do you get the best of both worlds, right? So for me, I think like a major milestone in my content was the sealed only series I did, because
I enjoyed that. Yeah.
because I think that combined like the best of both worlds. Like, you opening stuff or like product for collectors, but you also showing players what they can do with these cards.
Yeah.
So I think that's sort of like the main like focus of how I see content should be, and I hope that I deliver. I think you also know, like, as a content creator, some days you don't get to everything you want to, and it is like ultimately quite a bit of, or quite time consuming to get to everything. But when you see people enjoy your content, then it makes it worth it in the end of the day.
Yeah, definitely on the same boat. Like, I try to do something with the products that are open and not just raw open products. I do get trapped into that vicious cycle of having to try and open the latest stuff all the time, and then you just find yourself opening and opening and opening, and then it's content without like substance. Like, there's no like you're literally just opening stuff at that point, right?
Yeah, and I think that's for me also, like, especially like this year, I think I took a bit of a step back to say, like, if I do something, what do I do with it? Like, I think for something like Brilliant Stars, I barely opened anything for it, but whatever content I do create, I want to also be beneficial outside of just ripping open some packs and viewing some cardboard.
Yeah, I mean, look, it gets the views, right? I mean, I guess that's one of the struggles as a PokeTuber, as we are tokened as, is, it's kind of what gets the views. People want to see packs opened, right? I mean, do you see a difference in, for example, when you are doing a theme deck, like a V Battle deck bundle versus some booster packs? Do you see a difference in your viewership?
I would say I do. I think like there's more hype around opening packs for a set or for a new set, I would say. Where like like something like a V Battle deck or those bundle decks, they're a very specific market, right?
Yeah.
New players are essentially the only people who would need that product.
Yeah, I mean, who do we have following here? Shadow Junior Gaming, thanks for following, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, it definitely is a little bit strange. I definitely see that. I mean, if I have to compare like for like on videos, it does very much appear that the product review with the deck gets like a substantial less viewership than like a deck tech would get, or I mean like a booster pack opening will get, or some premium product like I mean, opening up a Celebrations ETB or that UPC that I opened, like that got like great views, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's standalone content. It doesn't really have longevity for the channel, I mean, I don't know if you like what's your take on that? I mean, if you go out, like outside of sponsored content, if you go out and buy stuff for content, like when you go shopping, what do you focus on? Like, what if you have a 2K budget, like what are you going to jump on first, and what trickles through the rest of your budget?
So if I'm taking the assumption we're limiting to sealed product here,
Yeah,
because
like, okay, we're not going to talk singles.
yes,
Yeah.
because for me, like I see it like this: if it's products with specific promos I specifically want or need, I take priority for that. An example would be like those, those evolution boxes with the alter art.
Yes.
But those are good boxes, right?
Yeah.
So that was a case of like, no, I specifically want this, or like these promos. Then I would say second priority would be like, if I can justify missing too many cards for one of the like league battle decks, probably like a league battle deck.
Mm-hmm.
And outside of that, I basically work on pack per hand ratio. So, like something like a booster box, obviously the cheapest per pack.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes you get certain like bundle boxes that does work out a little bit cheaper. I mean, if you think about the fact that a promo can offset a lot of the cost, like a perfect example are those alt art EV boxes. The promos were almost paying for the box itself, so the boosters were free in a sense. No.
Yeah, that's why. Like for me, that's how I sort of evaluate product. But I think also it's quite often difficult because Pokemon doesn't stay on a shelf very long.
No.
So I often try to ensure that I've pre-ordered everything I need or want way before time. So you often don't have enough product information at that point.
Yeah, it is it is a little bit difficult in that sense, that you've got this like thing looming over you. Like, me personally, I don't have an infinite budget. I have a very limited budget. For example, I mean, like this is an assumption. Do you have any kids or like dependents?
I don't, but yeah, I understand where you're coming from, right? Because I also still have you have your life responsibilities and then your extras.
Yeah,
is like
it's kind of like, obviously everybody has expenses. My expenses are the fact that I have 2 kids. I have
Yes.
so a little bit of a personal fact is I had a conversation with my girlfriend and I was like, look, this YouTube thing is starting to work out a little bit for me. Like, how can we come to an agreement? So I give myself a budget, and then after that budget, it's hobby funds hobby. So I will sell cards to buy cards, or I will, like even sell like some magic cards or Pokemon, sell Pokemon for magic. Again, going outside of my monthly budget for my hobby budget, it is hobby funds hobby. That's my personal rule. I mean, everybody has their own flavor of that. I think in terms of like, I'm assuming that sorry, I just want to highlight to you here that Stefan says that your Charmander light is awesome.
my Squirtle light's a bit dead.
This is nonsense. The Squirtle light should be
I
working.
can give him a green light bulb.
No. Squirtle must work. No, it's cool. No, I understand. Banksy has a question for you, asking, do you have a full-time job?
I do, and sometimes my full-time job is more like, like last week, I was on support. I'm a developer, so I think everybody who's in that field knows how support is.
Yes. Well,
So
I'm
like
not a developer, but I know.
So, like last week, I was like just done with the whole week because like every day I'm like working still at 9 p.m. and stuff and so on. So
yeah, I was an engineer. So funny that we both work in IT. I was an engineer. I have recently taken up a new position as head of technology. So over overtime and after hours gets a lot shorter for me, but I think the stress levels are a lot higher. So,
Yes.
of course, anything from, I mean, I think that would highlight struggle one for me. Like, if we are gonna highlight struggles of a content creator, I would say that personal life struggles, like, if my child is sick or if I'm running deadlines at work, like, it does really make it difficult to try and keep it consistent on the channel, right?
Especially because ultimately, if I had to choose, like, now, like, between YouTube or actually ensuring my everything's good at work, I have to choose work,
Of
right?
course, of course, of course.
Like, in the end of the day, any content I can push out, I find is, or let me say, like, I don't like the word push out because it sounds like you're rushing the content. Anything I can do outside of work to help the channel or like focus on my channel is, it's great because I can't guarantee I have that time, like, say, tomorrow night.
Of course. I mean, outside of Tuesdays, which I like try and dedicate, I mean, of course, I miss some of the live streams, but I mean, outside of Tuesday, I kind of just take it where I can get it. I mean, time is very limited for me. Of course, I have kids as well. So, I mean, time is so, like, for me, time is my biggest commodity. Sometimes I will go out, I will buy product, and then sit on that product for a long time because I just can't get to it. I mean, like, do you ever have an instance where you buy product and then, like, you miss the product hype? Have you ever had that situation?
Yes, quite a few, or I had it quite a bit with, especially like those EV box, those, the Jolteon, Vaporeon, and Flareon boxes. Like, I sat with them in my, like, cupboard for like months, and then I was like, oh, great! It's not like I think I got to open one within like a hype period, and then like after that, it's like, cool. I don't have time to record the other two.
I got like so we have Rudolph asking here, Volt, are you playing this weekend? Are you playing in the PTCG Open this weekend?
Yeah, it's a
Answer
difficult one.
correctly, Volt.
It's Dominaria United pre-release.
Oh no, you will. No, you don't.
I need my lilies.
Come on, you play modern. You don't have lilies already?
No, I play every color except black in Magic for some reason. Like, yeah, it's weird because I started off as a blue-white player, so everything. My theory with a deck is like, what can you branch into from this deck, right?
Blue-white. You really don't have any friends, eh?
I do. I think the guy that Soul King who subscribed earlier to your channel, he's my senpai.
Oh, okay, nice.
In blue-white.
I just want to like highlight some of the other questions before they go away here. Banksy was asking, it disappeared now, damn. Banksy asked, I was going to ask you about the stress and when you get time to plan your content with life becoming hectic. I mean, yeah, it is a definite stressor, Banksy, I would say. Stefan says, his biggest title in life is being a dad. Work comes after that, especially now in his career. I mean, it's a big deal. I get where he's coming from with that. Shadow Junior Gaming says, yeah, product hype is a thing, and it's always interesting to see how people always gravitate towards the newer product. Yeah, it's very clear that if you miss that the peak of the hype, to go back to that product again is a big problem. Rudolph is saying, yeah, are you playing the Unite tournament tomorrow? Cash tournament on Metal State.
Well, I don't play Unite at all. I played it in the beginning, and I was like, cool.
I played it in the beginning, and then
I'm like, with like my like availability of time, I'm not really getting too much to actually playing like video games. and yeah, so when I actually play video games, I'm like mainly playing single player or the odd Warzone with the boys.
Yeah, it's really tough. Like, I would say, you know, in the beginning, like, again, so for people who are just joining, we're talking about some of the stresses about how like what are the stresses involved with being a YouTube content creator for a TCG in general. I think this content or this conversation would apply to all forms of content. I think first and foremost, the at first it was a financial stress. Like, it is really taxing on the pocket. And I mean, I'm sure you've noticed there was a boom. Like, there were a lot of Pokemon YouTubers that just popped up out of nowhere in South Africa, and then like 75% of them just disappeared. And I reached out to a couple of people, and it came out to, it being a big financial thing. It's by no means cheap keeping up a YouTube channel. I mean, from a financial aspect, do you feel like that's a big like constraint for you, like with regards to like how you run your channel?
I think for me, the this is where I think it like boils down more to like the structure of your content. It's ultimately like much cheaper for me to say, like, I don't know, let's build this deck and test it, because online it's super easy, right? Versus let me open this specific product or buy a booster box. And I think for me it like had to come down to balance, because what I found was like when I focused more on like say product based stuff, I actually would take away from like other things I enjoy doing.
Yeah. Look, at the end of the day, I think it goes without saying that, um, you know, for me personally, and you, who we both work jobs, if you aren't enjoying the content you're creating, it translates. Like, people, the viewers will see that, that it doesn't have this essence of like authenticity. It's not authentic. It's not genuine, right? And people pick up on that energy. Like, there's been times where I've done content that I really wish I didn't do. Like, I didn't have my heart in it. It felt forced, and it's very like, it becomes monotonous. You don't want to get into that. So I
But
guess that speaks to what you were talking about, right?
yeah, I think you don't want to push out content for the sake of pushing out content, right? You want to, it must be good for you and for the community,
Yeah.
if I can put it to you like that. Like, you want people to be inspired by it, but you also want to enjoy doing it.
Yeah, I mean, there's definite, like, Shadow Junior Gaming says, yeah, it's never good when a video feels forced. Exactly that. If it, like, you can definitely pick up on it. Like, even if I'm watching other YouTubers, like, you can feel when a video is forced. And a lot of the guys who are starting out, I feel like that's a big problem. Is that, you're still trying to find your sweet spot, your happy medium between something that's attractive and something that is just, only good for you, right? You got to find that sweet spot.
And I think also for me, it's like a thing. If I had to stop like YouTube today, for example, I would want to. It must be something I still do afterwards, right? Like, if I do it only for YouTube, then I think it's also a bit of a wrong viewpoint on, or a wrong motivation to do something.
I mean, something like I can say from the get-go is that you don't want to, it shouldn't be like you shouldn't treat it as a business. It's not open cards to flip cards to buy cards to flip cards. Like that rabbit hole is very deep, very windy, and then you find yourself in a spot where you crack a booster box, you make 500 rand back of your 2,500 rand, and it just leaves a sour taste in your mouth, and you will more than likely not want to do it again. So
I think because also if you treat it like a business, it's more like you gambling, right?
yeah.
Because for me, like, do you know what? If I open a pack and I get something good, it's probably going to be in my file or whatever I'm using it in for like years.
Yeah.
Or unless I really need to sell it, or or if maybe the right opportunity comes up. But for me, like, that's not my motivation even for opening stuff. That's like something that's cool, but it shouldn't be the reason you're doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that goes without saying, man. Like you have to. I mean, you want to get something out of it, surely. Like it can't just be for nothing, unless you're writing it off as an expense. Which at this point, when you're starting out a YouTube channel, you don't have that luxury. I think Chosen Kwan said it best here. He said, yeah, if I'm going to spend time, I'd rather watch someone that's enjoying than not, whenever it may be. And that's exactly that, right? Like you want to watch a content creator who looks like they're enjoying themselves, or not looks, but is actually. But you can feel that there's a sense of enjoyment, like, and that's I think that was a big turn for me. Like starting with like the online gameplay and stuff, is that I started realizing that I always say on my channel that I'm first and foremost a player and then a collector, but I didn't feel like my content translated that across. I was just opening packs and I wasn't really doing anything for the player side of things, outside of running the tournaments, of course. But I mean, as a player myself, running the tournaments, I didn't get to play. So I felt like my hobby, my passion, which is Pokemon, was slowly but surely like slipping away. And I had to reel it back in and find a way that I could get this like happy medium. So for me personally, I moved over to Twitch so that there could be a good segregation. Like Twitch is purely for the love of it. Everything I do on Twitch, I play card games because I love playing the game, and now with Kahuna's Kouch, I love talking shit. So and now I get to talk shit and have people watch me talk shit. So that's the gist of it. Yeah, so it's nuts. Let's see what else is happening here. So Jared says, every time I buy a booster box, I get that feeling. Yeah, it's a rough feeling. It's that, I think he was talking about that switching over. Banksy's saying that she's busy rebranding her YouTube page. She just feels that she needs to be more authentic. Any advice? First and foremost, Banksy, feel welcome to drop your YouTube channel link in the chat. I'm sure all the people who are here will love to support you. So for the question, how to make your channel more authentic, do you have any advice on that regard?
So I think, like, for your channel, you must try focus on it being I guess, extension of yourself. Like, I'll be honest, my logo I like selected because I was like, I like dogs, and a dog with sunglasses is cool, and green is a cool color.
Oh, green's my favorite color. Yeah. Carry on.
And I think the name is actually sort of like a derivative from our magic group. So like we have our own little like team, the Salt Squad.
I like it.
So like that's the thing. I think anything you do, you want to drive as it needs to show your personality. It's like, you can easily go and like say copy I don't know, Leonard or like a real Breaking Nate.
We don't speak about Leon Hart on this channel.
Oh, okay. Is that like being a blue player?
No. Look, I don't own a blue deck. Like I played mono blue to try and prove to myself I could. I hated every moment of it, so I didn't. But yeah, it's
Do you know what? I've seen people like their souls being crushed as you counter their spells. It's you know, it makes you stronger as a person as well.
it does. It makes you stronger by disempowering other people. Is that it? It's
Um, like the Magic players will know, like whenever somebody rips out their blue deck, you can just see people being visibly upset.
yeah, it's yeah. I think let me try answer Banksy's question. I just wanna, before Shadow Junior Gaming's one goes away, I'm definitely a collector that last played with a Team Rocket deck, but I'm now trying the playing side of things again. That's great, Shadow Junior Gaming. You should definitely get into it. How do you make your channel more authentic? I first and foremost, a rule to myself, because I am a smooth operator, I'm a good talker. So all my videos, every single one of them are done off the cuff. I don't do any scripting whatsoever. The only scripting I do is this video is sponsored by Solar Pop and Unplug Yourself. So, but outside of that, like, that's not even a script anymore. That's just like in my head. But it's definitely I think that means a lot when it comes to being authentic. Not having a script, you can feel when people are reading off a script. There's this definite like break. Like there's lots of like, I don't know what it is. Like it's, you can feel like it's almost like you're not having a conversation in a camera anymore. It's interrupted. Like
Yes.
I pride myself on saying what I'm about to say. My post-recording editing, my like post-production is literally copy-paste render. Like I do little to no editing on my videos whatsoever. Like the only time I edit is if I have like a cold and I got to edit out all those coughing spasms that happen. But outside of that, like I do very little editing.
So I also like try to keep it like as natural as possible. That one script, like, or my intro is probably always like 5-6 cuts, because I'm always gonna mess something up when I say this video is sponsored by Solar Pop.
Come on, say your blurb. Say it. Say it. There's no script in front of you now. Ooh, calling you out.
Even with the script, I mess it up. Without the script, I mess it up. But like for me, like, yeah, that's like the only part that's like, always, I'm gonna say it 3 to 4 to 5 times wrong in a video, and I'm probably going to, I like to say, like, so I'm into starting the intro of a video. I like to do the intro, then I'm like, nah, I don't like how I said it this way. Let me redo it again, unscripted, but or I say the wrong product quite
Salty,
often.
the people in the chat want to hear you say it. They want to hear you say the blurb. Come on, let's do it.
Okay. Clears the throat. This video is sponsored by Solar Pop and Unplug Yourself. Solar Pop, South Africa's leading authority on board games and toys, and Unplug Yourself.
Unplug what? Unplug yourself.
Yeah, I also think my Afrikaans accent like doesn't help much. Like I run out of English eventually.
Come on, your airtime runs out. My airtime runs out very quickly when I'm speaking Afrikaans, so I don't blame you at all.
So yeah, so like I said, I can do that probably 2 more times wrong for you.
I was heading somewhere else. Oh yeah, right. I just want to get back to this before I forget my train of thought, because this happens a lot. Is I dare anybody after the stream, just go over to my YouTube channel and go back to my first pack opening, the Darkness Ablaze 1. Go look at how uncomfortable I am in front of the camera. Like there was this level of like, I don't know, like I like to talk, but talking to nobody. Like it was a very, very weird feeling in the beginning, I'm not gonna lie. Like it did take me quite a bit. So yeah, I think probably another step going to Bianca's question is having that sense of authenticity is just repetition and becoming more comfortable, essentially speaking to yourself. Like doing it in such a way that it feels like you're speaking to the person on the other side of the camera. I think that's a big step in the right direction. The more videos you make, even you know what, even if you don't want to upload the videos, like make videos, make content, like pretend you're opening a pack. Just get more comfortable. Watch your video back and have a look and see, like, where did you go wrong? Maybe you weren't making eye contact inside the camera. Maybe you were looking around, or not like engaging with what you're doing with your hands enough, or I mean, like, I'm not a professional by any means, but it's definitely something that I've picked up on, that as I have done more and more videos, I have become more and more comfortable overall just being in a room and by myself and like doing it. You know what's really uncomfortable? Like, Salty, I dare you to go to AI Fest and record a video there.
Do you know, it's funny, I think they like everybody knows me there, so I think they'll be good because I'm very comfortable with the people there. I think have done a few like there, but
A pack
in general,
opening?
yeah, I've done pack openings.
Okay,
there.
okay. And you
But-
felt that wasn't as uncomfortable?
Nah, but I just don't like. For me, also is a thing about like a certain standard of quality, and when you like record in the real world, there's like a lot more background noise coming through. I think I've also done like like sort of like deck techs on like people winning events and stuff there, and there's always that thing of like, now you're not sitting with your equipment and stuff, and a random person shouts because people do stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a definite it's a big factor. I mean, if I think about it, I think it was my first episode on the Get Rich, the Strike It Rich series.
Yes.
I did it in the store, and the store was packed that day. And you have like those bystanders standing around, and they're all watching, and it's like, and these are not people who are familiar with Pokemon at all. So they're like, what is this all about? Like, what's going on here? And it just starts becoming a little bit like awkward. But that's just me. I mean, every person to their own. Different strokes with different folks. But I mean,
Yes.
yeah, it's so yeah, that's probably a big thing for me. Yeah, I have to say that I see there's a Johnny Busto too saying that he removed his face cam. It is definitely, there's two aspects. If you don't feel comfortable in removing your face cam, that's fine. But I do feel like it brings a level of connection with a face cam. I mean, it's definitely like, I'm not saying that there's a right and a wrong, but if you're speaking about Bianca's question about making it more authentic, I do think that people seeing your face does bring a level of authenticity. I mean, that's my personal opinion. Speaking of Strike and Rich, man, everybody brings us up. Akil, if you're watching, look at these people giving me hate in the chat. Can we just agree on a day and go record another video somewhere, please? I would love to get another episode recorded. Yeah, it's yeah. So if we have a look at it, it is first and foremost like time. I mean, I don't know, like, what would you rate is more of an issue? Is it finance or time?
I think where I'm at in my life, I would say time. Because I, like, outside of just work and stuff, you also want to, because essentially if you're recording and stuff, you also still, focusing mentally and stuff, and working or planning things and so on. So you obviously need to have that disconnect from, I guess, work in a sense. And like, I think about it, like after like say 9, 10 hours on a computer, you don't want to look at screens anymore.
No, no. It's it is a little bit disheartening after a while, isn't it?
Yeah, so for me, that's like the major thing is like just having that balance of cool. I'm doing YouTube, I guess, part time, and also still like getting to the things in life, like maybe just having a braai on a Saturday, and or like go play Commander or Pokemon on a Saturday, where you don't have to worry about this event being a content-based event, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it's always something that goes across my mind. Like sometimes, you want to be able to. I want to choose my words very carefully here. You don't want to feel like everything you do has to be for the channel.
Yes.
Let's say it like that. Because it does happen from time to time. I do feel like I get caught up in like creating content nonstop, and then you end up, and that's when your content becomes odd, right? It's and like I said, it does translate across the camera. Is you've got people who are watching you, and if you're not really wanting to do it, it feels rushed. People see that it's rushed, although like if it's things like if it's something like a pack opening, I'm sure pretty much 40-50%, maybe even higher, of the people who watch those videos just skip to see what the ultra rare or the rare in the pack is. Skip pack. I mean, I see that if I'm watching content, like let's say for example there's some guys who have opened up Astral Radiance overseas.
Yes.
Not Astral Radiance, sorry, Lost Origin overseas, and like I just want to see what they pull. So like
Yes.
if you double tap on your phone, like it will normally like 30 seconds per pack, you'll like get to all the openings, like double tap, okay, cool, done, bye. Like it's I don't see myself listening to all the explanations and the niceties. Yeah.
And I think like, although I think like, I guess we're both guilty of having done this ourselves, like skipping through videos just to see like certain bits or whatever. And I think like it's a weird thing if you take like YouTube as a platform into consideration, because they actually look at like those statistics, like this guy spent 10% watching the video or of the video's time. So I understand why people do it, because I don't care about like the 9 other cards in a Pokemon pack, right?
Yeah, like the only time I'll find myself watching an entire pack opening is like if it's something brand new, or let's say if it's like a deck review, or like opening up like a league battle deck. Like you want to see what's in that deck, so I will watch that video to its entirety. Like I'll skip to where they start opening the box, I'll watch the video going through the cards, and then I'll probably just jump to the next video after that point.
Like I also like to actually see like specifically gameplay, right? Because especially when you look at, I guess, like more professional level players, you actually get that sense of like what's going through their mind when they do stuff. Like why are they playing a certain way, or why they're fetching a certain card versus the other card.
I mean, yeah, we are in like it's probably a good segue, because I see Banksy saying that's why TikTok is so much easier, less pressure. I think we are in a time and space in the content creating realm where the quicker content, we are in a lifestyle, in a generation where it's instant gratification. They don't want to be watching first, like, the gold standard for YouTube was to try and keep your videos around the 10-minute mark. Like, you don't want to make it any longer than that.
Yes.
Now you've got YouTube Shorts. Like, I know, like, you dabbled a little bit, so have I. Like, make a YouTube Short of opening one pack, get 3,500 views. Like,
also, like, what I find with YouTube Shorts, or like what's for me like a sort of an issue of it, it's easy to get subscribers, right? If I want to get to 1,000 subscribers, I just become a shorts channel, and focus on that. But what I want subscribers who come back.
Yeah.
I don't want people who just watch a 30-second to 1 minute video and then they're like, cool, you've gotten lost in the YouTube algorithm.
Yeah. It's I definitely see that as well. And shorts are also very hit and miss. If you don't hit that algorithm perfectly, your video is going to get like 20 views. So
yes,
because it's so short, it gets lost in that algorithm. So I mean, it's definitely an aspect of where my thought process goes. Is I also would like to have content that has good retention. I want people to come back and watch more. I don't want my channel to be something that pops up while you're scrolling through. I want my channel to be something unique. Like it needs to be, and that's probably where we get into that next level, because like people get stuck in a bit of a debacle in content creating, where you've got this, like, I don't want to say becoming a sellout. I think that's a little bit too brutal, but I will say it for the sake of I can't think of anything else. Like, some people sell out, and then they do these quick content, like you get your PokeTubers in the States. All of their thumbnails are like, oh my god, or ah, and it's
and title like best card in the set.
I can't believe we pulled this card. Like, I mean, I can't bring myself to doing that.
Because also that's just like I guess like clickbaiting people, right? They just want people to click on that video and check what they're doing quickly. But yeah, no, I know what you mean. I think like I think it's tough to make it if you're trying to be genuine about stuff.
They're posting my emoji of me doing this. Like, I did it on one thumbnail. That's why I added it in as an emoji. But yeah, sorry, carry on. I broke your word there.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I think it's difficult to make it like quickly if you're trying to be authentic, right? Yeah. Or genuine. Like, it's definitely, what they say, anything worth working towards takes time.
Yes. And that's something that I've taken pride in my channel, is that it's still organic growth. Like, yes. I didn't start my channel and get 10,000 viewers, 10,000 subs or whatever. Like, I get trickle subs. I get 2-3 subs a day. Like, I'm still in that time and space where I've got like, I open up my YouTube Studio app on my phone and I see that I've lost a subscriber overnight, and then I think to myself, like who has unsubscribed? Like, why would you unsubscribe? Like, did I make content that offended you? Like what is it? Like, like, it's, like, maybe when one day in the future, hopefully when I hit 10,000 subs, then I won't care about stuff like that. But right now, like, do you ever find yourself doing that? Like, see that you've lost the sub and then you like overthink?
Yeah, no. Like when I like see that, I'm like, was like, yo, like, what's happened here? Like, cause when you working on, I guess, like numbers like ours, you notice, you might not know who exactly, but you notice when that sub count goes up or down.
Thanks for the sub, Athens. Or Scarpod gifted that to Athens. Thanks, Stefan. But yes, I will lose a sub, and I'll go back to the next video and I'll be like, damn, like, did they really not like that? I see Stefan said here, Carl, you have a title that says opening a ETB and we pulled it. Yes, because I opened up a Pokemon Go ETB and I pulled a Radiant Blastoise, after saying all I wanted to pull was a Radiant Blastoise. So yes, I pulled it. I pulled what I was looking for. Have I done any more Pokemon Go openings after that? Not really. Like, I got what I wanted. So yes, there's that. You gotta feed into a little bit of that, I guess. But yeah, it's I digress. Another thing that I wanted to point out for the aspiring YouTubers in South Africa is the South African like Pokemon ceiling is very low. I found that the Pokemon viewer base is quite small. I mean, how do you find that?
I completely agree with you. I assume you don't know the South African Yu-Gi-Oh space much.
No.
So, a buddy of from my locals, he has a channel, Future Night, also sponsored by Solar Pop and Unplug Yourself, and with like it's insane. Like he's mainly does deck techs, and the odd opening that Solar Pop sponsors him. He's reached monetization now, like this month.
How long has he been doing it for?
Not too long. I think you've been in the game longer than him.
Okay.
Yeah, and like it's so weird because you check it up like one of our videos and you're like, cool. Like I'll be honest, if I had 300 views on a vid, I'm happy about that.
Yeah, 300 is a lot.
And I checked his stats and he's like, oh no, Deck Tech 4,000 views.
So I mean, like, again, you know, if I have a look at some of the giveaways and stuff that I've done, and you know, people who've messaged me on Facebook, I got like a group of viewers from Jamaica, like out of the blue, like there's like a cluster of them. I got some Irish viewers, and they invited me to like their TCG Island group. Like,
What?
Yeah, it's like sometimes, just sometimes, that your name gets pushed like into a different avenue, and then other people see it, and yeah. So I mean, it's not necessarily the fact that it only gets played in South Africa, but I think when it comes to people subscribing, there's something about having a local content creator from your area or country, where you feel almost more obligated to subscribe, like you want to support your people. And that's what I'm talking about, is that I mean, I know that once you become monetized, your channel gets pushed up into the algorithms. So once you monetize, growing your channel after that point is a lot easier. But this is the grind phase now, right? We in that awkward space.
And like I've watched a few, like, you know, people on like how they like recommend going about starting a channel, and we're like, now your first 100 subs, your hardest 100 subs.
No. First 100 was the easiest subs.
Yeah, I found the same. I think this man, I don't know what market he's in, but like, and if you, I guess it makes sense in the way that you do expect as your sub count grows, you get more exposure, right?
Yeah.
But that's not as simple as that, because there's so many other factors, like how much attention do you have with these viewers, and what's their watch time on your channel like, and all those factors contribute back into should this be recommended further out of the circle.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that's the reason for my content like breaching out, like the fact that I'm trying to broaden my horizons into Magic, considering that I play Magic weekly. So it was a case of why not. I think when we have like game nights at my house, when my Magic friends come over, like playing Commander, because it's so casual and so social, that it just feels like something that would just instantly make like watchable content. I'm not going to say great, but enjoyable for people to watch because of the banter that's involved during it. You know, it's the politicking there's a lot of little bits and pieces that make
Yes.
up, so yeah, it's Shadow Junior Gaming thought you were gonna say the blurb again when you were talking about your Yu-Gi-Oh buddy. It's like, also sponsored by Solar Pop, and unplug yourself, and then you paused. I saw it too. I was waiting. I was like, is he gonna say it? Is he gonna say the blurb? Shame, guys. Don't put him on the spot.
What's it? Always be unpredictable.
Always be unpredictable. Yeah. So like, I pick up this water bottle and throw it on the ground, and then pretend I'm showering. Because never let them know your next move.
Exactly.
Shadow Junior Gaming says, have you thought about using Instagram to promote your videos and live streams? I am the worst person at social media. Like, I suck. I almost thought about using my monthly hobby budget to get help in like social media marketing. Because that is a avenue all on its own. Like, it is... I know I could do more. Let's just say that. For now, this is a hobby. Like, going back to our first conversation, like first topic about having a full-time job. I have a full-time job. I can't post content upon content upon content and content to promote content. And like, it becomes very taxing. And yeah, yes, probably would give him one of your recordings. I must give him one of my recordings for saying the blurb. Come on now. He says the blurb very well, guys. Pokemon Cube content would be great. I agree, Stefan. Building a Pokemon Cube is very difficult. If you build a Pokemon Cube correctly, wow, it is hard. I think you have a Magic Cube, eh? Salty,
Yeah,
I remember you doing a
I
video.
built a Magic Cube last year, but even that's quite difficult. Like, I haven't even thought about trying a Pokemon Cube, but it is quite a cool experience because like my cube is, I won't say high end. It's not like a vintage cube. It's like a modern cube.
Yeah.
And the players just always enjoy like drafting it because like it's also like a lot of people get to play with cards they wouldn't normally have access to.
Yeah. I mean, I created like a little bit of like a Jumpstart cube. It's not really a cube, but I opened up 2 boxes of Jumpstart and built like little, like I practically made decks essentially. And then I realized how difficult it was to put those back. Because you'd have to have like a little insert with what was in that box, right? It's wow. A Pokemon Cube. Shadow Junior Gaming is asking, what is a PokeCube? You take select cards from different sets. You put them in little packs. Like you get like Dragon Shield's got very cool shells now.
Yeah, I've actually got those shells here if people want to see.
Yeah, it's like a little plastic container. It looks like a little mini deck box. And essentially you make a pseudo booster pack. You sit and you draft. Like you pass the packs around, you create a deck. With Pokemon it's a little bit different though, because you will select like a few boxes, and the box will have like lines of evolution in them, like because of course Pokemon, you need cards to make other cards playable, so you would be drafting like a stack of cards, right, and making a deck on the fly. So the whole idea is that you've got a pool of cards, and every time you play you have a different experience. That's the whole idea of a cube. So yeah, that was a small tangent on cubes. But yeah, so it's all about, for me, about getting that happy-go-lucky sort of, like, I'm branching out. Again, everything I do on my channel is organic, so I'm branching out organically. If it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm just trying to make content that I enjoy creating, and I enjoy playing Magic as much as Stefan is going to say blasphemy. I enjoy Magic, I enjoy Pokemon. Yu-Gi-Oh is blasphemy. No for Yu-Gi-Oh, but
I quit Yu-Gi-Oh. I played it for it. It's like, do you know what, you either win in one turn or lose in one turn?
Yeah.
And I was like, Was this too stressful?
It's nuts. It's nuts. Stefan telling me bring a cube to Comic Con. I wish, but no, I can't. It's I don't have a cube. I tried building one a while ago, and then when it comes to getting things like the Prime cards and stuff, I just realized that that was an investment that I was not going to take part in. Yeah, that would be bonkers. Considering that I do collect some stuff, I like to add to my collection. So for those who don't know, for obvious reasons, people know that I collect Blastoise. I also collect Alakazam, not cheap. And I also collect Gardevoir, not cheap. So I collect those three. And I also collect Full Art Professor Oaks from Celebrations. I now have 27. I got 3 binder pages full. And I intend to fill a whole binder of Professor Oak because he is the man. Professor Oak is the best. Yeah, so I think a little bit of a side topic on going back to like the whole meaning or the whole idea of the stream is I don't know about you, but I can open up and say quite honestly, I know maybe 1 or 2 people in this chat know about this. Oh, PS, I'm missing a jumbo card. No, I'm not. I did this for Stefan. Where is it? This one over here? It was a Charizard. I took it down. I took the Charizard off. Yes, Stefan, I took the Charizard off. It's laying on the table here. Like I took it off. There were a few times that I considered quitting. One time, quite recently, in fact. Have you ever had that thought at all?
Yes, I think like you know when you like post a video and it's not doing as well as expected, it's like it's very demotivating. But that thought's definitely crossed my mind a few times, because you like I guess, but I guess what brings me back every time is when you like hear actually people. Like when you actually meet some of the random subscribers in real life, and then it's like, and we're like, oh no, you're like my favorite YouTuber and stuff. I'm like, I'm just a bra from this side.
You hit the nail on the head there. So, for multiple reasons, spending time with my family, financial reasons, work reasons, not seeing growth. You know, like there's been multiple reasons why I have considered stopping. But then there's that. There's the messages that I receive on Facebook of like random messages out of the blue. Like I haven't made, let's say I don't make content for like a week. And I get a message saying like we missed you this Tuesday, is everything okay? Like I really look forward to your streams. And then of course the running into people in real life. That's why I did the trade day. I think you did see that. So I did the trade day because I was walking in the mall, like our biggest mall in Cape Town, and I was walking past an exclusive books. I don't know if I said this on stream already. And this grown man, like, because generally it's kids, this grown man out of the blue ran up out of the store. He was an employee of the store, and he's like, Kahuna Koala coming to buy some cards from exclusive books. And I'm like, I like shook his hand and like spoke to him for a bit, and then my girlfriend, like, we actually went to the store to buy some books for my baby daughter, and my girlfriend's like, where do you know him from? I was like, never met him in my life. Like, never met this guy before. Like, it felt surreal. Like, I didn't know how to cope with what I was feeling. Like, I felt a little bit like shy, and I don't get shy for anything. Anybody who knows me knows that like shy is not in my vocabulary, but I got so shy, and I was like, okay. And then I went to Sword and Board like shortly after that, and I don't know if he's in the chat, but there was this kid, he was at the store. I went to the store to speak to the store owners at sort of board to discuss like some upcoming events and what they can do. And this kid was sitting there. He was staring at me from the table, and he was just staring at me like this. And his mother came up to me, and she's like, this is my son over there, and he's completely starstruck right now. Like, he just wants to say hello. And I was like I legit got a lump in my throat. I was like, what? I gave him like a Blastoise out of my file, and I was like, this kid, like, I kid you not, like, I can feel like a lump in my throat. This kid knew all of my catchphrases, like stuff that I said like videos way back. Like, I opened a pack with him, and I opened a Zatu, and he's like, Atu, like all the stuff that I say on the videos, like Sandile and stuff. Like, he knew everything. Like, he asked if he can play a game against me. I played a game, and he's like, Tails, always Tails. And I'm like, yes, this kid like idolizes me. And you know, and then you know what the worst part about it was, Salty, was that my daughter was standing on the side, and she was canning herself because she's like, she was so like laughing at how awkward I was. But it was so, like, I was so taken aback from that whole experience. And like, it's all those little moments that have really kept me going, was like knowing that, you know, for every time I think that I shouldn't carry on, there are people, albeit a handful, that want to see more content. So, and I'm sure it's the same for you with the way that you're organically growing as well. You've got people that are watching your channel and like your content. They want you to carry on. They want you to succeed. So, I mean, I'm one of those people, by the way. I want you to succeed as well. So, I mean, it is really, it's one of the nicer things. It's the dark side and the best side of having a YouTube channel is that, you know, you don't always want to continue, but in a weird kind of way, you almost feel obligated to carry on, because if you don't, you know, you're letting somebody down somewhere.
It's that I think that feeling of, in some like weird way, you making somebody's life a bit better, although it's not like, I would say, like a major thing. It gives them like joy in like a weird way, and
yeah,
I think that's what will pull you through if you're considering making a channel. It's not, if you're just gonna make a channel without like those things in mind, you just don't.
Yeah, I mean, it's like now with Comic-Con around the corner, I know that you are also going as a solo pop content creator.
Yes.
And I am a little, like, it's a little bit daunting knowing that I'm going to a convention full of people that's into this kind of thing, and they very well could be coming there to say hello. Like, that could be on their like itinerary, like, want to say hello. You know, that's scary.
You just gave that thought to me. I didn't think about it beforehand. Now that's gonna haunt me at Comic-Con.
Wow, it's I see people are on my case here about finishing my Pokemon playthroughs. If you guys didn't see the issues that I'm having with my capture card, you will understand why I haven't done another Switch playthrough, okay? So, don't hate me, hate the fact that I'm having some technical difficulties, okay? I'm getting it sorted out though, and I still have not touched Pokemon Shining Pearl ever. Like, I've only played it on stream, so people don't have to worry about that. Oh, you are definitely signing a Blastoise for me. Yeah, I mean, you see, this is what I'm on about, right? Stefan's like, I'm coming to say hello to him. That's crazy. So yeah, Banksy says she can't wait to meet us. That's both of us. Shadow Junior Gaming says, having met you, Carl, it's nice to see that kids look up to someone like you. Kids need stand-up people to look up to. I mean, I think that's a big part about why I've also carried on being a content creator. It really sucks to say it, but there are some bad apples in our hobby, in this Pokemon community, and I feel like I would rather be a pillar for the right reasons than have people be led astray for the wrong reasons. So that's also a part of my thought process. So yeah, Comic-Con is around the corner. Are you going to be taking part in the Pokemon tournament?
Definitely. I still don't know what deck to play. I think that I should maybe make a poll for that.
I'm playing a starter deck.
Okay. Okay. I might be playing an old favorite of updated Venusaur list.
Oh, very nice.
That would be, it got some lack of support from Astral Radiance for that.
Gardenia's Vigor.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. No, it's for those who don't know, just a quick plug in here for the Solar Pop and Unplug Yourself guys. There is a massive prize pool tournament on the Friday at Comic-Con. It is from 10 a.m. Let's say 9 a.m. to be sure, because I don't have... Hold on. I just want to make sure. Just give me 1 second, please. I just want to make sure, because I did have this chat today. Sorry. It is from 9:30 till 4:30 on Friday, and it is hosted by Unplug Yourself. There are some really, really good prizes to win. We need to get a good community for the content creators. Yes, Banksy, I agree. How do you enter the Comic-Con tournament? Shadow Junior Gaming asks. You just need a ticket. Once you have a ticket for the Friday, you can message. What I'll do is, if anybody wants to enter, pop me a message on Facebook after this, and I'll gladly send you the link. You gotta email somebody, they give you a unique code, and you can get into the tournament. Banksy says she'll be there Friday. She doesn't have a deck. Banksy, I will give you a deck to play with. If you want, I will bring a deck for you.
I can also organize a deck if needed. I think
always got spares. Always.
Yeah, I've got the same problem. I've got like 2-3 decks always ready, right?
2-3? That sounds like a less problem than I have.
well, we could talk about like some of the other games. I can whip out like 5-6 decks.
I'm sure.
But I've got a buddy. He sits with like 36 commander decks.
36. I've got 10. Which I'm currently like cutting down. Like I only want to have 4, so I'm busy cutting down. But it's deciding which of my children I want to destroy. The first deck that I destroyed was Tigrid because everybody hated it.
The problem is also that guy loves green. I think, like he said, like something like 30 of his decks have green in them, or is mono green.
Hectic. Hopefully he has green. Omnath Locus of Mana, because that's like my favorite mono green deck. If he doesn't, he should build it. Tell him he needs another deck.
No, he doesn't, but the other guy in our group has that deck and it's quite optimized.
That's very good. Shadow Junior Gaming asks, speaking of which, can you play more than one deck in a tournament? Typically no. Stefan is correct. The only exception to the rule is Worlds, where you can swap between day 1 and day 2. Other than that, you have to play with the same deck from start to finish. Matthew saying Eureka forever in his commander. Yo, Matthew, I don't like your Eureka deck, eh? You can leave that one at home next time. So, yeah, that's happening on the Friday. And, yeah, I will be at Comic-Con Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Salty, what's your schedule at Comic-Con like? You gonna be there Thursday, or?
I'm gonna try to be there Thursday as well. Just organizing all my leave and stuff for like those days. So
we have to adult, right?
Yes, but definitely Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and hopefully Thursday.
Yeah, I will be there Friday, Saturday, and I'll be leaving on Sunday afternoon. So for those who are wanting to catch me, that's my time slots. I would really hate for people to come through and miss me if they're coming to see me. If I am that special, if that's why you're coming, just please keep that in mind. And then, yeah, I had a bit of an idea. I'd like to know if you are up to it. So normally, where we both obviously certain times we get the same content from Solar Pop, and I saw that you did your Pokemon Go V Battle deck, right? You did that recently. I did mine this weekend, past. So normally I would upgrade both decks and challenge somebody here. I would invite a guest in and we would challenge each other. But I thought this time around, how would you like to battle against me in a live battle? And we can both do an upgrade on our own. How do you think about that? What do you feel about that?
I'm more than happy to take up the challenge.
I think it would be pretty cool. I think that we've been like teasing the fact that we would have a game against each other, so I think it would be pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, it's Malmetal and Mewtwo. I almost feel gracious enough to offer you which deck you would like to upgrade, unless you would like it to be random.
Yeah, here's the thing, right? If I have to follow my heart, I know which one I'll pick.
Mewtwo.
But that's not going to be the best one, I think, to play.
Would you like people to vote?
Yeah, we can maybe do a quick vote.
Let me see if I can get a poll going here. Maybe I know that it is possible. I know that I can do one, but how? How about this? If you guys can just how about this? Just type in. Okay, only I can see your chat. So in the chat, just type with a hashtag which deck you want me to play. So either hashtag Mewtwo or hashtag Malmetal. You guys choose, and the first 10 votes. We'll look at the first 10 votes. Fuert08, another awesome YouTuber. If you guys haven't checked him out, go check his channel out. He says, what events are you taking part in at CCA? Are you playing Pokemon, Magic, or just going to be floating around and chilling? I think that I'm going to be playing in the Pokemon one, and I'm going to be playing in the Magic Modern, thanks to Salty helping me out. So I'll be playing in those two events. Salty, are you taking part in anything else besides those?
I think for me, like, Friday's Pokemon, Saturday is Magic Modern. Sunday, I probably want to like just go there to chill with friends, right? So
Yes, hold on. Can I just pause you? Okay, 11 votes are in. 2 votes for me to do Malmetal and 9 for Mewtwo. 9? Oh, my soul. Okay, well, I guess then that's decided then, Salty. I'll be doing Mewtwo and you'll be doing Malmetal. Right?
Okay, I think it's going to be interesting, right?
This is going to be nuts. I accept that challenge, chat, and I will look forward to playing against you. Sunday, I think somewhere along the line, I'm supposed to be playing a game of Commander. Like, the guys over at EGG challenged me to a Commander game. Okay. And I was like, I don't know how this is all going to fit into one day, but I will do my best to, like, maybe I can grab a Commander game after the Pokemon tournament or something. Maybe I get knocked out in, like, the first round, and then, like, you know, who knows. For all of, yeah, okay, cool. So thanks, chat, for giving me Mewtwo. I appreciate it. Hectic. Fuert is asking, has Salty got his world's invite before? I missed his Poke history. I don't know, have you ever played Pokemon competitively?
Not bigger than a locals level. I got a few points from like the 2019-20 season, and then, you know, like everything got shut down.
Yeah.
I also like was unfortunate with Magic Nationals invite because I started like in the middle of the year, and I think I was like 10 points out from being invited, and it's like,
oh wow.
And then they stopped Magic Nationals.
Oh, hectic.
I don't know, maybe it's if I play games they stop like nationals and like stuff like that.
Craig's calling the 2019 season the season of crushed dreams. Sounds pretty accurate, actually. I obviously, for those who don't know, I made a World's Invite twice in a row, and the year before I was short like 10 points or something ridiculous. I was short a placement, to get in. But Magic, funnily enough, Conflux era. Well, that was a long time ago. Conflux, Shards of Alara. I played in the Nationals that took place in Cape Town, and I lost my win and in to get an invite. Like, I had never played in a super competitive Magic tournament before. I will never forget. I was playing Jan Sack. I was playing like Broodmate and Broodmother Dragon and Scarland Thronax and Spriting Thronax. I will never forget the deck. It was a really amazing achievement. The guy I lost to was like one of the best players, so no hard feelings to me.
Do you perhaps have a guy's name?
I do. His name was Sharag Ramaji.
Is he a Cape Town player?
He's a Cape Town player.
Okay,
so, yeah. He was like legit a really good guy. So, I did play Magic competitively once upon a time, many moons ago, and now I just play for fun. When do you think regulated competitive Ptcg will come back to SA to qualify for Worlds? Well, Banksy, that is a very sensitive topic. I guess I can just touch on that briefly for those who haven't been keeping up with the Pokemon news. They have discontinued challenges and cups, which means we can't get content we can't get points at local stores. It's regionals only, and for now, as it stands, the Pokemon company has not granted South Africa a regional. So right now, we have no way to qualify. Unless you travel internationally, we have no way to qualify, which is very disheartening because I know that a whole bunch of people were wanting to qualify. I think if I had to qualify this time, I would cry because the next Worlds is going to be in Japan, in Yokohama. And as a South African, that trip would be extremely expensive. I don't think I would go. Like, unless my whole trip and everything was like completely sponsored, there's no ways in hell that I would be able to afford to go to Japan for 2 weeks or whatever, or a week. Like, there's no chance. There's zero. But that's life. This was it. This was the London Worlds was the most affordable Worlds to go to. We had a South African represent us in Jonah, and yeah, it was. Jonah competed in the London Open. He's going to be the only South African to have CP because he gained some CP from that event. I think he placed top 64, so he got some CP, and yeah, or top 32. Wild stuff. But I would love to go to Japan, but you know, life happens. But yeah, in a nutshell, I hope everybody gained something from this. And I think it was a very wholesome conversation. Salty, thank you for coming on stream and having a chat with me. And I look forward to meeting you at Comic-Con, like the rest of the people in the chat. I also want a Salty autograph. Have you been practicing? Have you got an autograph yet?
If I need to refine it,
Is it just Salty Lad in cursive?
basically.
Yeah, I've been working on a autograph now because I've had a bunch of kids come to me, so I've hopefully standardized it. So yeah, it was an amazing stream. Thank you so much, and we will be in touch about our game. We need to do it soon though.
Yes.
We will. What I'll do is we can discuss the parameters of what the upgrade budget is and stuff. And then we'll let the public know what those parameters are when we do our upgrade.
Sounds good. And it was great being on your team. Thank you for the opportunity. I think it's awesome to have, like interact with a fellow PokeTuber on like this level. I don't think we often like as a community or Pokemon community, like we really get to like, I guess, just chat like this and be like real, I guess.
That's it. And I see people in the chat giving you lots of love and telling you to stay salty.
Chat needs to stay salty. I'm gonna try to have a Salty Lad shirt by Comic-Con so that people must know.
So that they know, but they know who you are. They know your face.
Yeah, I just want like I've got like cool like shirt ideas. So
Yeah, so like, so do I. I had a really cool shirt and it shrunk in the tumble dryer and I cried. So I can wear it with a hoodie so that my stomach doesn't like, it's not like a crop top. But wow.
I think we're in the same boat. We don't wear crop tops.
Matthew says that in his Matthew, I don't know if you know, he's one of our competitive players in Cape Town. He says that's his, what did he say? That's his secret in Pokemon. He's always staying salty.
Exactly.
People
I
are,
need to tell you this before we go off. The one buddy of mine from like my locals, we went to like a big magic event,
yeah.
and he brought a bag of salt with him.
Oh.
And he like beat this one oak, and he like gives him the bag of salt. He's like, "Nice, here's a bit of salt for you."
Oh. Oh wow, hectic. I hope somebody took some of the salt and threw it over their shoulder like as an insult. Like, you just gave me good luck. That was an insult to throw. You see what I did there? Dad
Yes.
jokes coming in strong. No, lekker. Salty, thanks again, man. We'll chat soon. The chat is spamming love for you. So just know that the South African community loves you. And thank you very much for the time, man. I really do appreciate it.
And I thank you all the community for all the support over the now almost 2 years.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I just crossed over the 2-year mark myself, so
Yeah.
can't believe it's been that long, eh?
Time flies.
Yeah,
But no, I appreciate everyone who watches, who supports the channel. And I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of you at Comic-Con.
Same. I am. So
looking
yeah,
forward to
guys,
meeting
that was
everyone.
Salty. Keep well, Salty. We'll chat soon. That was an amazing stream.
Cheers.
Thank you to
Cheers.
everybody who stuck around and watched. I hope those who are aspiring to be PokeTubers manage to get a little bit of info and get started on their journey. Of course, I love all of the support. I can't wait to meet everybody at Comic-Con. It's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. And yeah, big shout out to Salty. Guys, if you haven't already, head over to his YouTube channel and give him a follow. Subscribe to his channel. It's great. And if you haven't already, follow here on Twitch. We're going to be doing some more Kahuna's Kouch episodes coming soon. I got a few guests lined up and a whole bunch of other goodies. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate all of your support as always. Big shout out to the sponsors of this channel, Solar Pop and Unplug Yourself, and the sponsors of this stream, Rocket Grunt Ptcg. Guys, go check out their site, rocketgrunttcg.co.za. Use Kahuna Koala 5 at checkout to get 5% of your order. Nice little bonus for you. And remember, spend 500 Rand to get an entry in that Charizard UPC raffle. Spend 500 Rand or more. For every 500 Rand spent, you'll get a ticket into the draw to win one of those amazing Charizard UPCs coming out later this year. I'll be doing a box break for them soon. More details to follow on my Facebook page, so make sure you guys go like my Facebook page so you don't miss out on an awesome box break coming soon. Guys, I think it was a great evening indeed. I will be heading off and I wish you all the best, and if I don't see you guys before my next video, stay safe, keep well,